Indonesia has the second highest level of biodiversity in the world, but many species are increasingly under threat as keeping wild animals as pets becomes more common.
Keeping wild animals as pets is common here in North Sulawesi, where part of the community views consumption of exotic meat or keeping exotic animals as a form of status symbol.
Once an animal has been evacuated, it is brought here to the North Sulawesi Agency for Conservation of Natural Resources. Animals are then housed temporarily in these transit cages, after which they are taken to be rehabilitated and released.
There is a high level of endemism in Sulawesi, meaning animals typical of the region cannot be found anywhere else. And many native species have unique features too, which make them lucrative for poachers. While the North Sulawesi Agency for Conservation of Natural Resources serves to protect all animals, those at higher risk of potential extinction are classified as priority.
Makaka nigra Sulawesi yang biasa dikenal dengan monyet hitam Sulawesi itu termasuk salah satu satwa kunci yang kita tingkatkan populasinya. Yang kedua kita punya maleo, juga kita punya anoa. Juga kami punya yang namanya tarsius.
It's no easy feat. North Sulawesi, with its proximity to the Philippines and community habits of keeping exotic pets, is a hotspot for animal trafficking.
Fokusnya itu untuk mencegah ada satwa liar yang dibawa dari luar Provinsi Sulawesi Utara. Jadi lokasi-lokasi yang sering kita patroli atau kita sering tunggu di situ kendaraan itu di desa Inobonto dan Desa Lolak. Untuk Lolak itu sudah dekat dengan perbatasan. Kemudian kalau untuk Inobonto itu di percabangan jalan interchange.
The province's Bitung Harbor, meanwhile, is the exit and entry point for wildlife such as reptiles and hornbills from the Philippines to Indonesia, with Sangihe Islands as a transit point. But a lack of manpower makes enforcement challenging, and the agency relies heavily on working together with other institutions to carry out its duties effectively. One such institution is the Tasikoki Wildlife Rescue and Education Center. A key arm of the province's wildlife rescue efforts, the center houses, rehabilitates, and releases animals that have been rescued from dire situations. As of mid-December last year, the center housed nearly 400 animals, 331 of which consisted of 37 types of protected animals. At the brink of extinction, the Sulawesi crested black macaque, known as the yaki, and the rarely sighted babirusa are both spotted at the center. The current Conservation Act, in place since 1990, carries a maximum prison sentence of 5 years and a maximum fine of about $7,000 for wildlife smugglers. A tougher Quarantine Act enacted in 2019 sets higher sentences with a maximum jail term of 10 years and a fine of up to $700,000 in the hopes of deterring illegal animal trade effectively. But citing the low rate of prosecution, activists say these measures are simply not enough.
Perdagangan yang selama ini berlaku di Trans Sulawesi, jadi dari provinsi lain di Pulau Sulawesi, yang setiap hari dipasok ke Sulawesi Utara itu sudah dari sekian lama itu tidak pernah dimonitor atau tidak pernah diawasi atau jangankan di sweeping.
One of the main obstacles to eradicating the illegal trafficking of wildlife in Indonesia is ineffective law enforcement, and much work still needs to be done in the fight to save these animals. Chandni Vatbani, CNA, Manado, in North Sulawesi.